All right, people, now it is time. Now, this is the first long form video I've made like this, but these are my predictions for the main card of UFC 294. Let's go. The first one we got Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Muin Magarov. Muin Gavarov. I've butchered that name for sure. And honestly, I think that this is just a setup to get Saeed back in the win columns because he did have one lackluster performance. I haven't seen him fight since, so there might be a couple things that I'm missing out on. But I think that there's some big shoes to fill when you have the last name Nurmagomedov. So for him to fall short like that is just kind of like upsetting because one, I want to say, come on, dude, you're better than that. But when you're in that family, there's a high expectation of you and you have to fill that up. So I believe that Saeed is going to take this. And I believe he's going to finish him probably by TKO or submission in either the first or second round, just because I think after that loss, he realizes he has to step it up if he has any chance of getting into that top 5 spot. Plus, if you look at Muin's record, not to be disrespectful, but he did lose his last fight. So it's Saeed versus somebody coming off of a loss. So I think they're expecting Saeed to win this fight and look really good in the main card. But that's my official prediction. Saeed, maybe by first or second round TKO or submission, but definitely a finish. Might go the distance, but I think it's going to be a finish. Next, we got Ikram Aleskarov versus, I believe it's Warley Alves. Now, I think that it is definitely going to be Ikram. I am butchering the name. That's why I got my translator here. I think it's going to be Ikram because in these fights, these are typically Dagestani guys, people who are going to represent Abu Dhabi in the Middle East. So for sure, I believe that this is going to be a Dagestani sweep in this one because I really don't know much about these two fighters. I got to do a little bit more journalistic work on this stuff and really step up my game myself. But I really do think that Ikram Aleskarov is going to take this. Now, this is where the card really gets excited, and I am passionate about the matches happening. Even though there's one in the prelims that I am going to talk about on a later video because this is just talking about the main card. But I'm talking about Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. This is going to be awesome because Magomed hasn't fought since his title fight. It was a very close fight. And Blahovic, they really brought it too. I felt like with a different game plan, Magomed would have definitely been the light heavyweight champion had he not tried to strike with Blahovic for the first couple. And that was like the thing is I really want to like Magomed, but he's got to take a little bit of accountability here and just realize he kind of set that draw up for happening. Do I think that Blahovic had the right idea? I believe so. I think Blahovic said, "Hey, man, I didn't win this fight, but I surely didn't. I didn't lose this fight, but I surely didn't win it." He knows that he came up, and to see, him be the one that everyone looked at, kind of losing by like a hair. He showed more than Magomed, and that's like the thing is I don't like when guys like that, act like that. I think Magomed, although he felt like he was robbed, I guess I could see that because the later rounds count more than the earlier ones. I think he just should have done more and really just wrestled that entire time. Then it would have been undisputed that he would have gotten the unanimous decision in that title fight. Probably would have been a boring fight. We probably wouldn't have gotten any finishes, but I really do think Magomed Ankalaev will win this against Johnny Walker. Now, I know Johnny's been on a bit of a tear. I was very surprised to see him dispatch Anthony Smith like he did. It was actually a very well thought out, methodical fight. And I got to say, man, Johnny Walker was that hype train, and then the hype train crashed with Corey Anderson. Now, moving forward, what we're going to see from Johnny Walker is a little bit more, but I think he's an underdog in this one. I think Magomed's definitely going to make easy work of this because he is just steps ahead of a lot of people. And I think he's learned a lot from that draw. He's not going to leave much to chance at 205 anymore. So I think I'm going to go with Magomed Ankalaev, probably by a finish in the first round. It might go the distance. I think Johnny Walker might surprise us again. He's been improving so much. I think one of the most improved fighters in 205. Definitely, he deserves that award. But do I think he's going to be champion? I think that that's up for interpretation. You just see that hype train go up and then down, and now it's kind of going back up again, and it just shows his worth of improvement. But I think that there's levels to this game, and I go with Magomed. Kamaru Usman versus Hamzat Chimaev. Now, this deciding factor is going to be about father time because I think Kamaru Usman lost to Edwards those two times because his knees have been giving out. He's slowing down. He's getting older. You could only do this for so long. I really do think Kamaru Usman is one of the best to ever do it, but we start like time flies in this sport. You could be rooting for this dominant champion 1 minute, and then you're seeing father time creep up on him the next. We love this sport. It gives us something to look forward to, but it makes time go by super fast. And that's the thing, is we have seen time go by super fast with Kamaru and Hamza Chimaev. The thing about his fight with Kevin Holland after that moment of reflection in Gilbert Burns, I think I also saw that Hamzat is not taking anything to chance anymore. He's just ready to smash, smash, smash. He's not going to be playing these games anymore. He's not going to be, I mean, yeah, he is going to be methodical, but he is going to pounce on an opportunity to finish because he definitely has a thing. And I think that hunger, that like we saw in the Kevin Holland fight, because it's one thing to not take Kevin Holland seriously because Kevin Holland was not on Hamzat's level, but you could tell Hamzat was pressing the gas, pedal to the metal, and he just wanted to wrestle. He didn't really throw a strike. He just wanted to wrestle this guy and just show that. And I think to just straight up take a guy down and submit him like that is friggin' crazy. Like, that is insane. So I think Hamzat's got the urgency, he's got the hunger, he's got the right mindset. He's looking, he's training, he keeps getting better. He's way younger, and he just wants to prove a statement, and he wants that shot at the title. And I feel like if he reaches that pinnacle now and gets it done, he's going to win. I think that he might even finish Usman. Who knows? I don't know if it's going to go the decision. That'll be a fun fight to see it go. And I would like to see Kamaru Usman come back, but I really do think at the end of the day, if I had to put a hat on it, even though I'm going to lean either way, I'm going to make a decision because I don't like to say, I just don't like to say anymore that, hey, I'm just going to see what happens. I got to make a decision on this one. I'd have to go with Hamza Chimaev ever so slightly just because he's younger, he's hungrier, he's more fit, and he's been doing this and he is on a tear. And I just think that he has put some people out at middleweight. Like that Gerald Mershart knockout that he did was unbelievable. That was a statement. And at middleweight, he's not cutting as much weight, so he's going to have more power. He's going to have more time to move around. He's not the biggest middleweight out there, but he's pretty big. So let's see. I think Hamzat Chimaev wins this by either finish or decision, but we will have to see. Now, the main event, Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev. This is one of those things where I just think it comes down to who makes the better adjustments. Now, do I think a lot of things more are in Islam's favor? Yes, but with a fighter of Alexander Volkanovski's caliber, I don't want to count him out. I want to just give credence to just how special Volkanovski is. You're moving up in a weight class, and you almost finished Islam in round 5. Now, yes, statistically, Islam won 4 rounds out of 1, and there were some times where like Islam was like knocking down Volkanovski, but I felt like Islam got a little cocky near the end of it, and we really saw that. Now, when you can make a Dagestani play jujitsu and play off of his back just like you did, let me tell you something. You are no joke in this sport. So I don't know. I know that Volk has the tools ready to do it. Is he doing it on short notice? Yes. Is he doing it with a shoulder or an elbow injury? I believe so, which might actually slow him down even more. My worry is that that might cause a TJ Dillashaw um kind of moment where he might not be the same. And I know that he has to fight again in January. But we'll see. Whoever gets better, whoever makes adjustments. I know Khabib's not cornering Islam, but I know that Islam's been working a lot with Khabib, and Islam's been making sure that everybody's doing their thing. I'm pretty sure they have gone over game plan adjustments, but Islam looked like he took a lot of ownership for where he fell short in that fight, even at the end. So seeing Islam get that done and just say, hey, you know what, my bad. I don't think that this bad blood's authentic. You could tell that these guys are pretty friendly with each other and they got a lot of mutual respect for each other. But Volkanovski is going to come forward and take his head off. Probably. My thing is with that type of strategy with Volkanovski pressing the urgency, I think Islam has seen that before, and you don't really want to rush with a guy like Islam. He might make you pay with your own momentum, if you know what I'm talking about. So if I had to make a decision, like I said, I think it's going to go either way. I might be leaning Islam just because people are acting like Islam's not taking any accountability for what happened in the last fight.
I think that he's going to make as many adjustments as Volkanovski, and he's definitely been working on some stuff on how to finish people on the ground, which I hope would be in his best interest. But if he does that, I think that he wins. If Volkanovski wins, it is probably because Islam gets cocky. He's known to do that. But I really think Islam knows what's at stake here. Islam, when he gets serious, he could really finish some people. So I am going to go with Islam just because, yes, he did get knocked down and he almost paid for it, but people forget how dominant he was beforehand. Volkanovski and Islam are like fire and ice, and yes, one's going to win, one's going to lose. I really think I can't be wrong about this one, and Volkanovski could take it, but just with the short days notice and all that stuff, Islam is my pick. That is my pick for the main cards, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.